We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Hey, I'm Corsac, and this is Late Night City.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is unfortunately not with us anymore.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
Truly sorry for your loss. Now get me out of here.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What exactly was your relationship?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
Yeah, no, it was definitely right there the whole time I knew him.
Ah, that's just like him. Such a sentimental man. Tell me, how did he die?
Kanan's on Terra too. It's brutal.
No! How dreadful. That was always Alex's greatest fear, you know. Devoured by those fiends.
Oddly specific.
Becoming one with their droppings.
So, my ship.
Fine. You're free to go. I've removed the impound order on your ship. But before you go, I did have one request. Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why so interested?
You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Yeah, he actually never mentioned him. Not a word.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
You know, really, Hawthorne knew Jessie Doyle and would love it if her debt was settled. You know, in his honor, of course.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
That's a solid yikes. That's worth more than her being under... Oh, God. Just gonna end up saving everybody.
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove. Although, seeing as this woman isn't a member of our crew, it'd be nice if the price weren't quite so high.
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill...
You're charging that for emotional anguish. Really?
I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force.
Fine.
I'm glad we could come to an accommodation. You may inform Miss Doyle that our collections agent will be recalled. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Please, return to your work. Come on. Gotta find a shower every time I talk to these people.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too.
The good news
Well?
came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jessie.
I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
That I can use. Yeah, you really don't like to owe people.
It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. It's just one of those things that gets under my skin.
Welcome aboard.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Meet me by the ship. I'll be over there once I get some things settled.
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's
I'm
door.
told you can help
You
me
here for a particular reason?
acquire
Or
some
did
things.
the neighbors tell you how good my sugar cookies are? Made without a single natural ingredient or an oven. Just like store-bought.
What is this world? Heard you can get me into Stellar Bay.
Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction.
I mean, I don't think this
Lucky for
conversation
us,
ever took
Groundbreaker's
place.
a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in.
And this opportunity is...
Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility.
Great.
Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms,
You know about anything less morally ambiguous?
might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I'd say she's a sweet girl, but law forfend someone call me a liar.
Alright, let's go see what's going on.
Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me. Here, take a candy with you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Are those XF411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Maybe if we ask nicely.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sublevel.
I could spend all day in here and not have looked at half the best stuff. It's all pretty worn, though.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors.
Appreciate someone actually being kind for once. Nice place, Chief.
No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment.
Best
Just so
place
we
I've
understand each
been.
other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting.
Yeah, I'll do whatever I can to keep this place functional. This is the only piece of hope left.
Good. Don't go making trouble, and chances are you won't find any. That's how I like it here. So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through.
Well, now that I've dealt with the board's BS, I'm headed to Monarch.
Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
A lot of faith in the board.
You're right, I don't. The board is after 2 things, bits and power, and they only get it by sticking their nose where it doesn't belong.
How do you keep this place safe?
I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real hard-ass. It'd be a joy if I could kick out the corporate merchants and reclaim the docking fees in my lifetime. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. I'd like to see that change.
Stuff in here seems a bit off. What's up with that?
Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship.
Oh, what's the holdup?
Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner.
Ah. Yeah, there's no way... I feel like this place goes up, they're gonna be just as screwed in the end. Although I suppose they just don't care.
They want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The
I like
board
you,
isn't
Jun-
helping,
I like
and my
you, Junlei.
resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive.
Yeah, heat ventilation in space isn't great. How can I help?
We'd be grateful for your assistance. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays.
That sounds a little too easy.
The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now.
Oh, looks like I'm headed to the back bays.
Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we can proceed to the next phase of repairs.
But one more thing before I go.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay.
You got
Since
this.
you run a whole space station, I was wondering if, well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
If you'd like some time off, real quick, to sort through some things.
Right. In person. Sure thing, Captain. Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry.
Good job, Parvati. We're here
Couldn't have
for
done it
you.
without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
Alright. Go sort out this back bay situation.
Who the... Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company?
A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum.
Okay, calm down
Time
there,
to feed
McCreed.
the flames. It's nothing personal. Promise.
Is this what carbon monoxide poisoning looks like?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
don't think this deck is too well ventilated.
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. We got plenty of space to spread out, but only room for one captain.
Alright, why don't you put that thing down before you hurt yourself there, buddy?
I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
Thanks. Look, Junlei sent me. You got some parts we need.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew.
So, is that a yes?
You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
That's a wide net. Look, we need those to repair some of the stuff upstairs, and honestly, if they're just sitting down here, they're probably leaking. So, you know, end result, I can just wait for you to die, and come take them upstairs later.
Under its skin, this ship is all poison and darkness. Lead bones, asbestos muscle. Maybe you're right.
Oddly self-aware.
You've got the run of the kingdom. Up those stairs, you'll find the parts. My crew won't get in your way.
Thanks.
You can come and go in my little kingdom. Just try not to piss off any of the gestures.
Well then. Shall we? Are we just yanking this? Oh, we're just yanking this, like, out of another piece of the ship. Seems, mechanically questionable.
Fantastic, we've got them. Now we can move on to cleaner pastures.
Yeah, that's one way to put it.
This is how...
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed.
Hey, I'm good.
Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation.
Define slight.
More than a few. Less than a hive. Nothing you can't handle. We were salvaging parts from a ship. Turned out there were eggs inside. They got into the radiators, and here we are.
Alright.
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about. I mean, aside from fires and such.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
We'll try to keep the fire to a minimum. Bring weapons, huh?
The controls are in the back of the machinery shaft area. Keep clear of the radiators. You don't need to kill the mantillaries, but I'd be mighty grateful if you did.
Jesus.
I've got this thing about 9%.
Well. Light them up, squad. Good work.
Good news? Song tells me the security mechanicals booted up and killed a bunch of mantis. Bad news. The boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. Shoot back if you need to. I can always fix them later.
Wow, you care more about the people than the machines. What a refreshing change of pace. You're already dead.
Halt, security.
We can handle this.
You got it, Captain!
Well done. We're still alive.
Beginning security patrol.
Incoming!
Alright.
I'll fix you right up!
Performing an area.
Sometimes violence is the only way.
Give him the beans, Vicar.
Heading out!
Nearby unit investigating.
Investigate your unit.
Here I go! No hard feelings, okay? Look out!
May the law have mercy on you. I won't.
I'm going!
Subtle work,
Don't mess
Captain.
with us.
Okay. Good job, team.
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says, cycle droplet pumps.
Fair enough. Cycle droplet pumps. Cycling. Hell yeah.
Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
Hell yeah.
My boys are returning to
Chief?
clean. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive.
Okay, that was almost enough. I think we had one more job, though.
Down they go! I'll fix you right up!
I'll take your confession
That's a
now.
yikes. Please fall over.
I see you there!
You're welcome. All right, let's go.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return.
Yeah, that's one way to put what just happened.
I can't thank you enough.
Okay. And with that... one
If you're
ticket out of
for
here,
this
please.
week's magazine club meeting, you're a touch late. Fantastic. Do be careful with it, dear, as these keys tend to be a tad hard to acquire.
Ah. Next
I'm
stop.
gonna be able to set foot on a whole other planet. I know Monarch's a moon. I think it counts anyhow.
Monarch is a wretched hive of terrorism and anarchy. We'd best top off our ammo stock before we leave.
Next stop. Monarch.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me.
Really?
Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could be the best damn crew you ever hired.
All right, kid. What do you got?
You're serious. You're giving me a shot. All right. Hang on. I put together a little speech, just in case you asked.
Well.
Hey there. I'm Felix Millstone. I have prepared a list of reasons why I believe you should hire me to join the crew of your ship and/or outlaw gang.
All right.
Firstly, I am highly personable,
Uh-huh.
and I get along well with anyone who is not of the jackass persuasion.
Good quality.
I'm sorry. He's funny.
Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a firefight, standoff, and/or raid. My motto is, if you need a steady gun hand, I'm your man. That motto is it's a work in progress.
Yeah, all right, kid. Let's go.
Wow. You don't know how long I've been waiting to hear that. Thanks, boss. You're not gonna regret this.
You got a crew now, Felix.
Well, now